A reaction coming in from Union Minister Hardeep Puri as well, who literally roasts Rahul Gandhi, says one should not take Rahul Gandhi too seriously. Listen in.
Don't take what that man says seriously. I seriously doubt both the motivation and his understanding. And his understanding comes from the fact that at a time when quarters growth results came out, it was 9.8%. At a time when the previous quarter were 9.4%, he's calling it a dead economy. So I don't know why he's in Colombia, what was the motivation, but I just feel disappointed and sad that the constant refrain there is, instead of rejoicing at the great success which is being experienced. I mean, we've gone from a $2 trillion to a $4 trillion
economy. We are in the midst of all the global turmoil. We are doing extremely well. And why are we all, paying any attention to what this lone and, somewhat strange voice is saying?
So you heard what Union Minister Hardeep Puri had to say. Pragya, you were speaking with Union Minister Hardeep Puri, and clearly he has also slammed Rahul Gandhi for this kind of an attack. And he's also questioned the purpose of Rahul Gandhi's visit this time to Colombia and a few other places where he is going to be interacting with many such people.
Well, whenever Rahul Gandhi goes on a foreign soil and also to participate in any such discussions, the government and the country is generally suspicious, because the kind of words that he speaks there and also the kind of sentiment that he evokes there is can be categorized as not particularly pro-national. And in fact, this is the reason why many in the government also believes that there is some kind of foreign hand behind Rahul Gandhi, who is asking him to to make such statement against a nation that has done pretty well on front of economy, that has done pretty well on front of dealing with a very big major country like US when it comes on tariff onslaught on the India. So when the foreign economy is doing well, when you are having solutions look within and also finding solutions that makes you self-reliant and also insulate from the pressures of other countries, there are obviously questions as to why Rahul Gandhi is making all these statements that he made. And to say that we never have an intention of becoming a Vishwaguru, never have any intention to lead the world, is a statement that can be said that this is anti-national. Will an American say that we won't make America great again? Will an American say that we won't lead the world? Will China say that we are not leading the world on any stage? And given the fact that Rahul Gandhi is not just any leader, he is leader of opposition, has a constitutional post, and he has a very huge responsibility to ensure that India leads the world, to take a government into accountability when there is any wrongdoing. The kind of responsibility that his post has is humongous. And the fact that he goes on a foreign land and say that, I don't know about China, but we always believed in partnership. We already did. We have partnership. We have free trade agreements. If, one wonders if he even is aware of these statements. And this is exactly why
people say that he may have political differences with the ruling party here, with the BJP specifically, but why undermine the achievements of India? Why undermine the achievements of our country when India's economy is doing well? It's among the fastest growing economies in the world. Why then agree with Donald Trump when he says it's a dead economy, and now making this kind of a statement on a foreign soil again? Pragya, thank you very much for your inputs on this story. We have another reaction coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party. Listen in to this comment from Shehzad Poonawalla of BJP.
Then Rahul Gandhi does what he does best. He will go abroad and denigrate Indian institutions, constitutional institutions. Anyways, he has said he wants to fight Indian state. Now he goes abroad and says democratic structure is being completely attacked. Who's attacking this? It is the Parivarik structure. The Parivarik structure imposed emergency 50 years ago. The Parivarik structure continues to undermine democratic institutions and also obliterates and attacks our institutions every time they lose an election or a case. When you go abroad and you say that democracy is over, US, UK should intervene, it is an attack on our sovereignty. When you lose election, then the election commission becomes a villain and you start going and attacking it abroad. You attack Sanatan culture. You don't even spare the Sena. This shows that you have some kind of ulterior motive. Your objective is not to fight BJP, but to fight India itself.